Hi, I'm Hani Thakur, a sports nutritionist and head of nutrition department with Pure Nutrition. I would like to thank Mompreneur Circle for providing me with this opportunity to get connected with a lot of nutritionists, dietitians, health coaches, and fitness enthusiasts. I think so. It's a very good initiative and a very great platform for us to share our learnings and knowledge to a broader group of people and help them achieve their fitness goal. So today I'm going to talk about nutrition therapy for PCOS, foods that can be included and need to be avoided for PCOS. So before we jump into the nutrition therapy for PCOS, it is very important for us to understand in brief what PCOS is. PCOS or polycystic ovary syndrome is caused by hormonal imbalance in women. This hormonal imbalance causes enlargement of ovaries and production of cysts. PCOS brings with it unwanted weight gain, irregular menstrual cycle, excess of body hair, especially in the face region, acne, and insulin resistance. And if not managed well, it can lead to diabetes, cardiovascular problem, depression, and certain kinds of cancer. Therefore, it is very important to manage it well. Nowadays, PCOS has become very common. 1 out of 10 women suffer from it. When it comes to managing PCOS, it is not really very difficult. A little alteration in your diet and lifestyle can help you improve. Two of the primary ways that the diet or the nutrition therapy for PCOS works is managing your weight and improving insulin sensitivity. So first, let's talk about how do we do it. First thing first, we increase the consumption of fiber in our diet. High fiber food can help combat insulin resistance by slowing down digestion and reducing the impact of sugar on blood. Have more of green leafy vegetables, cruciferous vegetables such as broccoli, cauliflowers. Have more of red, green, yellow peppers, beans, lentils. Incorporate more of whole grains, millets like jawar, bajra, ragi, barley, etc. Incorporate nuts, which are also rich in fiber. Have more of citrus and high fiber fruits. Avoid having fruits that are very high in sugar because sugar is not the right thing to be consumed, at least when we are looking out for weight management and improving insulin sensitivity. Instead of having normal potato, opt for sweet potatoes. Instead of opting for white rice, opt for brown rice. So these are the small changes that can be made when making a selection of carbohydrate. The next thing that we are going to talk about is going to be protein. Protein, one of the most essential nutrient, but we also see the maximum deficiency of this nutrient. For the simple reason being, we don't know how much are we supposed to consume. So as per the data available, what we see is 80% of Indian population is suffering from protein deficiency. For the simple reason being, they are not aware of the consumption. When we speak of protein consumption, any person who is sedentary needs to consume minimum of 0.8 gram to 1 gram of protein per kg body weight per day. So for an individual who is 50 kgs needs to consume 50 grams of protein. For somebody who is 60 kg can easily consume 60 grams of protein per day. It is not really very difficult. So similarly for PCOS, they should at least target on consuming 1 gram of protein per day, per kg body weight per day. So if this consumption can vary depending on the physical activity. So if you are highly active or you're involved in any kind of a sport or you're an athlete, you may need to consult your nutritionist and understand what is your protein requirement. So coming back to PCOS, when we are saying that you need to exercise, when we speak of managing the diet, at least start focusing towards the consumption of 1 gram per kg body weight per day. You can incorporate chicken, you can incorporate eggs in your diet, have low fat dairy products, for example, curd, milk. If you're not lactose intolerant, you can also opt for almond milk, have sprouts, have beans, have lentils. These are the few things that can be incorporated in the diet. The only tip that I would want to give when we talk about protein consumption is please make sure that every meal that you consume contains at least one source of protein in it. Moving on, third nutrient that I would want to talk about is fats. So when we speak about fat loss or weight loss, first thing that people get rid of from their diet is going to be fats. They'll stop consuming ghee, they'll stop consuming butter, they'll stop consuming oil. but we need to understand that there are certain functions that can only be done by fat and no other nutrient can do it. So it is very, very important that we make right choices, we select the right kind of fat. So omega-3s are really very important. We have really very limited sources of omega-3. It generally comes in the form of fish oil or flaxseed oil. We consume very little of them, so supplementation may be required for omega-3. However, omega-6 can easily consumed in the diet because the normal oils that we consume for cooking or use for cooking are rich in omega-6. You can incorporate more of nuts because they are not only rich in MUFAs and PUFAs, but they are also rich in fiber. You can incorporate chia seeds, you can have flax seeds. So ensure that you are having healthy fats. You do not use the fat which is used for frying, because using the fried oil again and again is a bad kind of a fat. So avoid that. But yes, you can have normal and average consumption of minimum 30 to 35 grams of fats on everyday basis. Lastly, I'm going to speak about antioxidants. Women who are suffering from PCOS have shown higher level of oxidative stress. Okay, so they need to consume more of antioxidants. These antioxidants will reduce the oxidative stress. So the category of antioxidants is really very big. But to make it short, I would say anything that is colorful. So all your vegetables, all the bell peppers, all the fruits, they are really very rich in antioxidants. Have onion, garlic, you can have haldi. All the masalas that we eat or cook are rich in antioxidants. Citrus fruits, nuts and oil seeds. So ensure that your antioxidant game is on top. These antioxidants not only help you reduce the oxidative stress but also enhance your immunity. So antioxidants is really, really important. Now let's see a little about what you must avoid if you are suffering from PCOS. So in general, very simple, avoid having too much of refined carbohydrates such as pastries, maida, white bread, pastas. Whole wheat pasta is not a problem. Avoid having too much of fried food in the form of fast food, because what we see is that fried food that we love, French fries, simple carbs, samosas, potato. So avoid having those kind of fried foods. Sugary beverages, sodas, energy drink, because they are very high on simple sugar. Avoid having too much of processed food, unhealthy fats that we have already discussed about. So these are the few things that you need to really avoid, and ensure that we are having more of whole food. We have an approach which is more holistic, and we make sure that diets are balanced and rich in nutrients that we are looking out. Similarly, for the consumption of alcohol and tobacco, it needs to be restricted because it increases the stress. So diet is one aspect which we can manage the PCOS with. However, like any other metabolic condition, PCOS also responds very positively if there is certain kind of an exercise involved. This includes daily physical movement. So taking out 45 minutes on everyday basis, doing a light cardio activity, doing aerobics, just working out in a gym. If not, just a walk or a jog on everyday basis is what is suggested. It not only helps you maintain your weight, but it also improves managing your insulin resistance over the times. Next thing that I would really want to cover about is the mental health part of PCOS, because of the hormonal imbalance that we see in PCOS, it also takes a big toll on the mental health. It makes people cranky, it makes them emotional at times, it also makes them depressive at times. Sudden weight gain causes these kind of issues. Excessive hair growth on face reduces the self-esteem and self-confidence. So it is very, very important to not only eat the right food and exercise, but also make sure that you're mentally fine, your mental well-being is taken care of. If any of these symptoms occur or depression comes in, it is very important that we take the right kind of a help from the right kind of a therapist, speak about it, get the right kind of attention when required. So this is what I would want to speak about PCOS. It is very easy to manage. Just diet needs, exercise needs, and mental needs need to be incorporated. Hope this video helps you manage your PCOS better. Thank you.